storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
On this lady right here, her name is Mary Cosby, okay? She is a black lady from Salt Lake City, and she's going to be on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, the new franchise on the Bravo network. And I'm going to give y'all this exclusive on who Mary actually is. So let me break it down for you, okay? Mary Cosby is the woman that is known for marrying her grandfather, but it's not actually her grandfather. It is her step-grandfather that was married to her late grandmother, who is now dead, okay? And so let me roll through the situation, okay? So Mary Cosby tells us that she had to marry her grandmother's second husband in order to get the money, right? And to inherit her grandmother's money, but we never really knew the specifics of it. And I feel like once she actually gets on TV, she's not going to tell us the truth of this anyway. So Mary Cosby's grandmother was the pastor of Faith Temple Pentecostal Church in Salt Lake City. They first opened the Faith Temple Pentecostal Church in Salt Lake City and will go on to open one in Indiana, but the one in Salt Lake is the actual original one, okay? Mary's grandmother's name was Rosemary Redmond Cosby, but everybody in the church called Mary's grandmother Mama. Now, what kind of damn church out there do you know that calls the pastor Mama a daddy? It's what? It's a cult, okay? So here's the situation. Mary's grandmother had a husband, okay? And the husband was 20 years younger than her. So if the grandma was 60, the husband was 40, okay? The grandma claimed to be God in the flesh, and so everybody in the church literally thought Mary's grandmother was God, this Rosemary lady that's not dead. Rosemary, your ass in the dirt, wherever your ass is. No, you just sleeping right now because the rapture ain't happened yet, so it ain't came yet. Let me tell you something, Rosemary. If you were so-called God, why did you die? Because even Jesus died, he resurrected, he came back, and your ass is still dead, but worms crawling in and out of you. Anyway, so she claimed to be God in the flesh. And she wasn't. She was literally a cult leader and AKA the devil, okay? And so this Rosemary lady ended up using church funds to support several other businesses. So Mary's grandmother, Rosemary, who was Mama, the god of this church / cult, all right, ended up taking the church funds and diversifying them and opening up a balloon shop, a mortgage company, a barber shop, a beauty salon, a copy store that was similar to Kinko's, a bookstore, and a restaurant that was literally called the Plantation. And it's funny she called it the Plantation because her followers were literally her damn slaves, okay? Because y'all really know that religion at this point ain't about God no more. It's all about money and what the leaders can get and the elders can get from us, okay? So Rosemary goes on to die, okay? And her husband is left there without a wife. And he claims that God told him that he has to marry Mary. I done dropped my shit talking about this. That might be the spirit right there. So I wonder, since Mary Cosby here literally grew up in a cult, did she have a choice to marry her step-grandfather, or was it kind of like you marry him or you get excommunicated? Either way, her granddaddy said, God told me you got to marry me. By the way, when y'all be hearing all them voices talking in your head, you know, for you crazy religious cult people, yeah, that's called schizophrenia, and those are called demons in your head. That might have been the devil telling you that, not God. I'm just saying, okay. Funny how God tells you everything in your head that fits your narrative, but not other people's. But y'all ain't heard that from me. Okay, so Mary at the time was actually already married. So this was already a married woman, and she was married to a man by the name of Dana White. But Dana White did not have the money that Grandpa did, and that Rosemary, aka Grandmama, aka Mama, aka the God of the church, he was not a millionaire like her grandmother. And so what Mary decided to do was to divorce her husband, who was broke, get with her step-grandfather, who had money, and they split the $1 million fortune together. And so now it has been verified from several members that the Faith Temple Pentecostal Church in Salt Lake City and the one in Indiana is literally a damn cult. They sold the businesses, and they've been living happily ever after since. Now, she does have a son with her step-grandfather. It's not a blood grandfather, so I guess technically it's not incest, but this shit is really, really weird. And I had to give you guys this exclusive because I don't want her getting on TV trying to paint a whole nother story when it's like, no, like, your grandmother literally was like a Charles Manson type of dude, like a satanic cult leader. And you was forced to marry you weren't forced. You married your step grandfather because you was tired of being broke with your husband. And you said, you know what? I can live this millionaire lifestyle. I'm finna do it. Now, I know we just talked about selling your soul for money earlier, but if anybody sold their soul for money, this is it right here. This is it right here. Anyway, so I'll chop that out. I told y'all Storm be getting his exclusives too. Slowly but surely, people are trusting me with information, and I love it. And now she's probably going to hate my ass for exposing this, but it is what it is.
Got questions? Talking to one of the world's top 10 psychics ought to help. Dr. Linda Salvin is amazing with an uncanny ability to clarify your issues and bring you quick and accurate answers and predictions. From the White House to the homeless, Dr. Linda has helped thousands over more than 2 decades on her national radio show, by phone, in person. When you need answers, Dr. Linda lights the way. Book time with this gifted healer and clairvoyant now. Visit lindasalvin.com or call 888-509-1077. And you can bring Dr. Linda's metaphysical healing home with her spirit-filled candles, Wicks of Wisdom, where pure essential oils and elements are powerfully released through her proprietary rituals to assist you in love, legal, career, finances, health, and more. Wicks of Wisdom work. See them and order yours at lindasalvin.com. Always fun and accurate, Dr. Linda's visions bring you solutions. Call 888-509-1077 or visit lindasalvin.com.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.